Everything's good, but the thing is standing with flare status. Alright, much better. Better. Official test start time 2 minutes. 5 revisions. 5 pages, 5 paragraphs each. 5 sentences each paragraph, 5 words per sentence, 5 computer spaces in between. Once again, 5 revisions. You can use a hyper-scientific, you can use any artificial intelligence, you can use any technology, but you must show the work and share it with the class. If you do not show the work and share it with the class, I'm going to assume all you did was use technology and you will get 0 credit for it. So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We need to hydrate first and foremost, right? You know where we are, baby. We have the breakfast. Secure the network and video, as well as Intel. All the top dogs were in Las Vegas. Shout out to Las Vegas for the consumer electronics. Back to position. Give me 1 second. Let's go. Oh, and there's a special version of Bloomberg Technology Asia. Right, let's go with.
Okay, let's say you want to start building credit and you need a credit card to do that.
Commercials.
Where do you go?
The class here.
Credit card.
So my digital marketers, we can already start the marketing campaign.
This is the Asia Trade. I'm Paul Allen in Sydney.
I'm April Hong in Singapore. Your top stories this hour. Asian stocks set to open lower as traders digest mixed U.S. economic data, rapid geopolitical shifts, and a flurry of Trump's social media posts. The president sending weapons makers tumbling with an order to cut dividends and buybacks while targeting institutional investors over housing costs. Also ahead, Samsung's fourth quarter profit soars more than 200%, driven by higher prices for memory chips amid surging global demand. Plus, we're live at CES in Las Vegas talking robotics and AI with leading players and rising stars. Here's the setup for markets on the Asia session. We are expecting a bit of tepidness following that rally in the US stalling overnight, but we also have geopolitics to continue grappling with Beijing ramping up the heat on Tokyo, launching this probe on anti-dumping related to chip-making material. That's something to watch for the session as well. But tech will be in focus. We had a decent handover from the Mag 7s, but now also the Samsung preliminary earnings for the fourth quarter, which show that operating profit more than double, helped along by these soaring memory chip prices. So perhaps helping to offset some of the negative sentiment on markets for the moment, Paul.
Yeah, you mentioned tech there, April. It was an interesting session in the US. We did see a little bit of softness in markets, but a number of asset-specific stories there. We had NVIDIA, Google, Microsoft, Amazon all having a terrific day, and you see that chart on the right, Mag 7 leading again, pretty much on a par now with the Dow. But then elsewhere, we saw the market retreat after a couple of those things you mentioned. President Trump signing an order to stop defense companies from engaging in buybacks and paying dividends, and also seeking to ban institutional investment in single-family housing. So that weighed on defense stocks. Also, Blackstone weaker as well. Saw a little bit of movement in bonds, yield slipping. The 10-year now 4.14 handle. This is after U.S. job openings fell. ADP private employment also rose a little bit less than expected. So those bets staying alive for 2 Fed rate cuts this year. Oil prices still pretty stable around that $56 level for New York crude. A couple of stories there as well. The U.S. capturing 2 tankers carrying Venezuelan oil. One of them a Russian-flagged ship, and Venezuela's state-owned PDVSA also saying it's negotiating with the U.S. on future oil sales. Now, in that regard, the Trump administration says it plans to control future sales of Venezuelan oil and hold the proceeds in U.S. accounts. A statement from Energy Secretary Chris Wright is the clearest sign yet on Washington's strategy to control Venezuela's most valuable resource. Let's go to Washington and Bloomberg Balance of Power co-anchor Joe Matthew. Joe, thanks so much for joining us. What more do we know about this announcement from President Trump, and also an agreement, I understand, to use profits from Venezuelan oil sales to buy U.S. goods?
Yeah, this was all codified today by the press secretary and the energy secretary himself. Chris Wright is at a Goldman conference in Miami right now, meeting with the leaders of some of the very companies that are involved here, including Chevron, which is the only U.S. major that's doing work right now in Venezuela, and in fact is going to be receiving an expanded license. But the point the president said on Truth Social, we've got 50 million barrels, $2 billion worth of heavy sour crude from Venezuela, essentially gifted to the administration. The president says he will handle the marketing, essentially the sale of that oil and the refining of that oil. But now we learn that this, in fact, will be an indefinite supply. This was only the first batch of oil sent to the United States. Chris Wright suggesting that that will continue indefinitely as the infrastructure of the oil industry is built out in Venezuela and the government is established there. Remembering, Donald Trump said just as recently as 2 days ago that he runs Venezuela.
Those comments on Venezuela and comments as well on Greenland have made European leaders very nervous. What are we hearing on that front?
Well, my gosh, the Europeans don't love the rhetoric around Greenland, which the president has been talking about going back to the first term. But this was really kind of a laugh at the beginning of this second term.
Everybody should have the
entirely serious. JD Vance
go back to NVIDIA.
It had some tough rhetoric, but it hasn't really been a front-burner issue.
Let's go Bloomberg Technology.
As they refer to it here in the United States. Indeed, the president's designs are on Greenland, and he appears to be serious. The question is, what does he want to do?
Find it. It's much better
Fed
this way.
decides. You choose before they do. Yes or no on Kalshi. Trade responsibly.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it just by thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
You're watching a special edition of Bloomberg Tech Asia live at CES 2026 here in Las Vegas. Welcome, I'm Sherry Ann.
And I'm Annabelle Rulers, and welcome to a very special episode of Bloomberg Tech, because it's the first time that our Asia team's even ever been to CES, and what a venue for us as well to anchor together for the first time.
I know, the first place that we do it, I mean, it has to be Bloomberg Television, where it's not Tokyo, it's not Hong Kong, it's Las Vegas of all places, and what a perfect time to be here.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to really, you can't overstate just how big this event is. I think we're talking about maybe more than 4,000 exhibitors, more than 140,000 different attendees as well. It's just a huge amount of space in this venue, and it really just shows how many customers and companies are here as well.
And it can be a bit overwhelming when you step in because you have so many people and so many different crowds. But what's really interesting, I was here 3 years ago, and the focus was really very much on artificial intelligence. What's changed this time around, perhaps, is that convergence of the physical and the digital. So robotics, a huge theme in 2026.
Yeah, I was actually actually just thinking as I was walking along earlier through the different stalls is that you really have to have some element of embodied AI, and that is so key to all the different companies that we're seeing here today. Of course, it's a very big consumer focus, and you're seeing not just sort of the announcements that we got from Jensen Huang, for instance, or Lisa Su around their new chip updates, but there's also just sort of the wacky technologies as well that have really stood out to me. I think there's karaoke machines right behind us. You're probably going to hear them in this half an hour. There's robot massage machines, robot friends. What did you see?
Did you get on that helicopter that we have?
Oh, yes.
I think it's a helicopter. It looks like a flying vehicle of sorts.
Yes, exactly. It's a special motorbike with two wheels in the front, one at the back, but it's an eVTOL.
Yeah.
Actually, I got into it, and there was no door, so I was thinking, okay, maybe that's for the next iteration. Put a door into it.
That's really interesting because really the last few years at CES we've had some sort of flying cars, and the thing is, it's not about only the recent innovations that will make it to market, and sometimes concept designs that will never see the light of day. But what we are really watching also is perhaps some of the concerns around the tech industry, because we have seen the shortage of memory chips and how that could lead to price hikes, right? Not only in AI related devices. I already spoke to Samsung, who they say they're hiking prices as we speak. So a lot to discuss in this edition.
Actually, on that point, exactly. I spoke with Lenovo's CTO yesterday, for instance, and they're a company that's actually been stockpiling their memory chips, just given that looming shortage. But we do need to talk as well about the flavor of Asia here today as well, because of course that's why we've come the whole way from Tokyo, from Hong Kong, is just the amount of Asian companies that are here. And I think out of those more than 4,000 attendees, around 50% are from our region.
China, Japan, South Korea really dominating CES, and we have seen these Korean startups, for example, taking the bulk of the Eureka Park that's really focused on those startups and recent innovations as well.
Yeah, and I think it makes sense. I think just specifically from the Chinese side, for instance, you're talking about maybe around 1 in 4 different companies here are from mainland China, and it makes sense because these are companies that have, it's very competitive in their home territories. They need to look to those markets abroad.
Yeah, so we'll continue to discuss all of these changes when it comes to CES, and perhaps a little bit of the change in strategy as well, because we have seen some of those past exhibitors not coming to CES this year. For example, 3 years ago, I spoke to Honda Motor here. They're not here, but they have sent Sony Honda Mobility, for example, that have released their latest EV model. So there's a lot of subtle trends and changes, but something that's really, really concrete at the moment is the embodied physical AI and the importance of robotics this year.
Yeah, absolutely. And just on that topic, we can talk about the Chinese firm Deep Robotics. Of course, it's one of a group of up-and-coming AI startups that's based in Hangzhou. Dubbed, of course, we've been speaking a lot about this, but the 6 Little Dragons, this is one of those. But the company specializes in embodied AI and also develops the likes of robot dogs and humanoids. And they're 1 year into an expansion in the North American market. So joining us now is the Deep Robotics Americas Director, Eric Wang. So Eric, it's great to speak with you again because, of course, you last joined us on Bloomberg Television at WAIC in Shanghai last year. Yeah. How is that expansion going for you so far? Because as you said...
So good. Actually, brilliant. Yeah.
That sums it up really nicely. So far, so good.
Yeah. So far, very, very good. Yeah. U.S. market is very big. And our U.S. customers are not only rich, but professional. They know what's the right robot for them. So although it's only 1 year time, we expand very well. We have so many customers, not only traditional manufacturer, but also high-tech company, very big high-tech. They are all working with us.
Eric, we need to talk about what's actually just come into our mini studio here in the last moment.
Yeah, it's a very
It's not scary. It's very cute.
Robot. It's called
Look at that.
Pro.
Okay.
It's a very unique wheel robot. It can patrol for 10 to 20 kilometers.
This is the one that's in the U.S. market.
Yeah, it's already U.S. market for half a year. Many U.S. customers use our robots for package delivery, for fast food delivery, for patrol inspection, and for firefighting. Yeah.
What's the advantage of a robot over, say, a bipedal, for instance? Because this is, as you said, one of the biggest robots that you have here now.
Yeah, this robot is a unique wheel robot. Although in the market you can see many robots with wheel, but only this robot can patrol for 2.5 hours without charging. It can also navigate, auto charge, and it can swiftly move around even zigzag. I can climb up even the Cybertruck of Tesla and jump down very swiftly. Yeah.
That's always the issue, right, with these robots, whether they're quadrupeds or humanoid robots, is like the energy efficiency, not to mention the field reliability. So how do you overcome those obstacles, and what's next?
Oh yeah. For our View robots, the key factor is both on the key factor including both the software and hardware. For hardware, the actuator is very important. We design and manufacture our own actuator, make the robot very robust, patrol and inspection for very long duration without shutting down, restless stop or any other issue. Yeah.
What's the demand been like for this one so far? Can you share some details exactly on? You're saying it's going very well in North America, but exactly how well is it going?
Yeah. Since this robot is launched in June, June or July of last year, we already sold around 100 pieces this M20 Pro in US market for package delivery, for research and development, and for many more industries. Because in US market, people are very big, not enough manpower. So the return on investment on our robots is very significant. Normally in US, 1 year, one labor, the total cost maybe for even 8 hours package delivery, the whole year will be $100,000 US. But our robot is only half of the price. So by using our M20 Pro View robot, each year the customer gets 200% return on investment.
That's a very good sense.
Are there any concerns from your customers that you're a Chinese company?
Very good job. You did a great job.
Not really, because actually we are AI helper and assistant for local customer. Our robots is open platform, which means our software, hardware are both open to third party to integrate. Our customer can add on a lot of value. We don't keep any data. All the data are in the hand of US customer. So we are actually grow up together with our US customer. We are very transparent on everything about our robot. Yeah.
What about on the price front as well? Because a lot of your customers or your partnerships is B2B. Obviously, we've seen big price cuts for robot companies that are more B2C. But are you getting any sort of requests to reduce?
What is an SOP? So here's a misconception. A lot of people think an SOP is just a boring manual that nobody ever reads. Well, that's not true at all. SOP stands for Standard Operating Procedure. It's basically the playbook for how work gets done. SOPs are used in every industry. Accounting, HR, IT, ops, you name it. They keep processes consistent, help train new people faster.
Actually, there's one key, very important difference between our called robot and other companies. We are actually focused on business to business market, which means 90% of our customers are actually enterprise. So they use our robot for real applications, for real productivity improvement, not for entertainment, not for research and education only. Yeah.
So this is the M20 Pro. You also have the X30 that works at power grid companies as well.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the enterprise uses that you can see, not only here in the US, but across the world as well.
Oh yeah. X30 is another classical robot of us. It's not a wheel robot, but leg robot. It has 4 legs, but it's much more bigger and can load much higher load. They can load 40 kilogram for 2 hours patrolling. It's used not only in US but also in many other countries. Like last year, we deployed our X30 robot in US, in Singapore market for underground tunnel. The robot every day the robot need to patrol 6 kilometers for 1 to 2 hours every day. After 1 year of application, the robot still can patrol the inside tunnel very well. So yeah.
Go ahead.
Humanoid robots in a small scale. That's what you're also looking into, and because that's also another advantage, right? Not all specific purpose robots and all different ones, but just a humanoid. Why not just go in that direction?
Actually, humanoid robots, the key advantage of human is all we have dexterity. So for human or robots, the future will be for use in factory, for assembly, for in home to do homework. But nowadays, human robot is just at the beginning stage. It's only used for research education in factory, in university. But for quantum robot is already very valuable for real production improvement, no matter for package delivery, for patrol inspection, and for many other applications. In thousands of years, all human beings use horse, use donkey to load heavy loads. But today we can use a quantum robot to replace the horsepower, human power to do package delivery, to do patrol inspection, and etc. Yeah.
I want to ask then, just to get some specifics, because we've got one last question with you. What is the proportion of sales that you think the North America will make up for the total sales of deep robotics for this coming year? And what's your projection as well on the sales growth that you're expecting?
I don't know the overall sales data of deep robotics, but what I can see that in U.S. market, I can at least double our revenue in 2026, at least. Yeah, because in U.S. market, the customer know which robot is the right one for them. They are professional. They have enough money, and they have enough talent to fulfill the application on the base of our robot. We have the robot. They have the computing power. Together, we can grow up steadily in U.S. market. Yeah, we are quite optimistic about our 2026 U.S. market.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you to bringing M20 Pro. You were welcome to our show as well. Director for America's Deep Robotics here at CES in Las Vegas. And coming up next, we have plenty for you because we hear exclusively from Samsung Electronics President and Chief Marketing Officer Wonjin Li as well about plans for more personalized AI-driven experiences across his product portfolio. This is Bloomberg Tech Asia live from CES Las Vegas.
Bullish analysts and investors eyeing record profits for Samsung this year. That's after a stock rally that's added $350 billion in market value since the start of last year.
And Samsung's new products here at CES Las Vegas have generated fresh buzz. I spoke with the company president and chief marketing officer, Wonjin Li, about their...
All right, let's take a pause right there. That is 14:05. Please open up your Baja apps. Turn on your simulator. Open up Dominican newspapers. Let's go Google News. Let's go to technology. Top of the morning. Thank you, my love. Everything is blessed. Let me see. Go to your Play stores. Type in Brian Tracy. Please open up your 21 Success Secrets.
More?
We're going to do Success Secret number 5, commit to excellence. Let's get a quick prayer in before we start the day. Thank Heavenly Father for all the blessings in our lives. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for all the blessings in our lives. We worry not about what we don't have because we're in the process of getting it. And in that journey, everything we do is in your name. Amen? Amen. All right. Now that we got that, we may begin. On your Baja app, let's check the markets before we go into breakdowns. And special attention to Mauricio Ruiz. I'm going to be hitting you up within the next few minutes. Give me 1 second. Much better. Let's go. Second. Let's remove this. This way we can moderate it. Let's start with ETFs for today. Alright? Let's do something a little bit different today. See how you guys do on your finals. We're just going to change a few things. I'm going to adjust a few things. Give me 1 quick second. Oh, okay, I see now. Perfect. Never mind. They took care of it. What are you? Because this is where you need to be, baby. S&P Spider 500 in the red 0.32%, 689.58. Invesco QQQ Trust Series 1 in the Green Ranger 0.10%, 624 and 200ths of a penny. Vanguard S&P 500 in the red 0.32%, 634.17. iShares Russell 2000 ETF in the red 0.23%, 255.48. Vanguard S&P 500 in the red 0.32%, 64.17. That's the second quote. Price is holding. Invesco S&P 500.
You want more food or you don't eat it? Okay, no. If you're done, we'll leave. Okay. Well, we'll pack up and we'll go. You ready?
Let's go. S&P 500 equal. In the red range of 1.12%, 194.79. iShares MSCI Emerging Independent in the red 0.75%, 56.85. iShares MSCI EAFE ETF.
Let's go. Get your tablet. We're going to go.
Let's go to commodities. A lot of big investment firms have been talking about lithium ion. Of course, gold, silver.
Okay, hold on.
Gold.
Let me get your stuff.
In the red, 0.46%, 4,431.01 per ounce. Silver In the red, 4.48%, 74.79. Platinum in the red, 4.33%, 2,202.56. Palladium in the red, 2%, 1,713.29. Copper 3M in the red, 2.56%, 12,899.50. Chocolate for the lovers. In the red, 0.92%, $5,934 a pallet. Coffee in the green, 0.59%, $374.25 a pallet. So that's what's up. That's $100 right there profit from the last few times we checked. Baja US 30 in the red, 0.34%. S&P 100 index, 0.04% in the red. Baja US 500, 0.13% in the red. Nasdaq 100 in the green range is 0.06%. Currencies, let's go. Oh, and we have some coins that broke through. So here we go. The economy's down and these coins are spiking. Bog, Polygon, Filecoin, Dog with hats, B-Chain, Bitcoin, The Graph, Internet.com, Hetero, Immutable, Chronos, OKB, Stacks, Arbitrum, AAV, Aptos, Shiba Inu, Optimism, Concoin, Thorchain, Chainlink, Artificial SUP, Near Protocol, Stellar Lumens, Cardano, Polkadot, Unis, SEDLEO, Binance Coin, Injective, Mantle, Render, Uniswap, Avalanche, USD Coin, Dime, Bidensor, Solana, Tether, Cosmos, XRP, Ripple, Never, Tron, Ethereum Classic is back. I can't believe it, yo. Ethereum Classic broke through top 20. All right, let's take a pause. Let's just take mental note. And what is it next to? Okay, Sui, Caspa, Litecoin, yo. Dogecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum, Monero, Bitcoin. Monero still second in the market. Okay, in the green, Spanish people, come on now, 4.18%. Yo, Spanish people are not playing, yo. All right, let's go. Oh, look at this. Come on, take a quick break. Trump Crypto Trust applies for United States banking license. World Liberty Trust, the Trump family's crypto banking arm, created to operate as a trust company within World Liberty Financial, submitted an application for a national banking charter, the Wall Street Journal reported, citing company officials. The filing with the United States Office of the Comptroller of the Currency marks the crypto firm's latest step forward, integrating with traditional finance. A license would allow the entity to issue and safeguard USD1, the stablecoin launched last year with reserves held by Bitco. As of the 6th, so 2 days ago, Morgan Stanley, this is Tuesday, Morgan Stanley files for spot Bitcoin Solana ETFs. Okay, we're going to take note of that. Attention, Mauricio Ruiz. I already have 100 things for you this morning alone, and I'm trying not to add more. because this is about to be 101. Global financial services company Morgan Stanley filed S1 registration statements on Tuesday with the United States Securities and Exchange Commission to launch spot Bitcoin and Solana exchange traded funds ETFs. According to the filing, the bank wants to introduce the ETFs Morgan Stanley Bitcoin Trust and Morgan Stanley Solana Trust tied to the prices of cryptocurrencies, Solana and Bitcoin. If approved, the move would strengthen the asset manager's position in the cryptocurrency market 2 years after the SEC authorized the first United States listed spot Bitcoin ETF and would join major crypto ETF issuers like BlackRock and Fidelity. BlackRock, Blackstone have been putting an emphasis on lithium ion, gold and silver, and what other elements for my students. This is the day before, Monday. MicroStrategy buys 1,286 Bitcoin for 116.3 million. MicroStrategy Incorporated, doing business as Strategy, acquired another 1,286 Bitcoin for approximately 116.3 million in the week between December 29th and January 4th. According to the company's Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) filing released on Monday, the company acquired Bitcoin at an average price ranging from 88,221 to 90,615 per Bitcoin, which includes fees and expenses. After this purchase, MicroStrategy and its subsidiaries currently hold 673,783 Bitcoin, acquired at an aggregate price of approximately 50.55 billion, or around 75,026 per Bitcoin. Strategy stock jumped by 4.40% during pre-market trading after the filing's release, going for 164.08 at 8:15 a.m. Eastern Time. BTC over the United States dollar in the red 1.51%, 89,897, holding even. MicroStrategy in the green 0.02%, $99.99. Recap: 1231 Bitcoin from volatility to cautious optimism. This is as of New Year's Eve. Bitcoin closes 2025 in a very different place than where it began, going from euphoric enthusiasm at the start of the year to more stable and cautious optimism, more in line with broader financial markets. After a yearly low of 74,422 in April, Bitcoin recovered to an all-time high of 126,270 in October and is projected to end the year around 90,000, approximately 30% down from its peak. I cashed them out at 135,000. That was the peak, 135,980 something. One notable development this year was the increased presence of institutional investors. Large funds and financial firms chose regulated products such as ETFs, while major banks improved crypto trading services. Individual investors also drove demand, particularly during the periods of geopolitical tension, when Bitcoin again attracted interest as an alternative asset. Yet steady institutional demand gave a more stable undertone among diversified portfolios. Regulation played a key role throughout 2025. Governments in the United States, Europe, and Asia introduced clearer rules for crypto platforms and digital assets. In August, United States President Donald Trump signed an executive order allowing citizens to include cryptocurrencies in their 401k retirement plans. Regulations thus somewhat reduce persistent concerns, encouraging traditional traders to enter the cryptocurrency market more easily. Despite a 6% year-to-date decline, the year proved crucial to its place in global markets and financial debates, particularly amid trade wars and geopolitical uncertainty. Trump Media to give new digital tokens to shareholders. 12/31/2025, 8:45. Baja breaking news. So this is just a recap, but we have to do all of it. Trump Media and Technology Group Corporation announced on Wednesday that it plans to issue a new digital token to its shareholders in partnership with cryptocurrency exchange company Crypto.com, beginning in the near future. The company stated that all of its shareholders will be eligible to receive one new digital token for every whole share of Trump Media, and that token holder will have access to various rewards throughout the year, including benefits and discounts related to Truth Social, Truth Plus, Truth Predict, and the company's other products. We look forward to utilizing Crypto.com's blockchain technology and improving regulatory clarity to implement this first of its kind token distribution reward Trump Media shareholders and promote fair and transparent markets, CEO Devin Nunes said. First of all, I have family that are in the Nunes family. Potential business partnership because for the collective NFT for the auction, they can do it. Who better to verify it than them? Attention, Mauricio Ruiz. And then I believe, this is where we left off. So let's just go over it one more time. MicroStrategy, this is as of the 29th. So remember, it was between the 29th was one round, then 29th to the 4th was an additional round. So this is the round before the last round. So 3 rounds ago. MicroStrategy buys 108.8 million worth of Bitcoin. MicroStrategy Incorporated, doing business as Strategy, purchased 1,229 Bitcoins with the transactions worth 108.8 million. A Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) filing showed on Monday. According to the filing, the average purchase price stood at $88,568, with Strategy currently holding a total of 672,497 Bitcoins, and the aggregate purchase price amounting to $50.44 billion. The business detailed that it bought the cryptocurrency with the proceeds from the sale of shares of MicroStrategy stock, which took place from December 22nd to the 28th. So 22nd to 28th is an additional round. So this is 4 rounds ago. Then 29th through the 4th, which is, we don't know if they're purchasing more, but let's close this out. All right, now Everything else can be on pause, but let's finish strong because we should be all set to go. We'll be at the yacht club and then from there back to the office. And we have to check on our churches and on our charities and then back to the office. One second. Success secret number 5. Commit to excellence. The quality of your life will be determined by the depth of your commitment to excellence, no matter what your chosen field. Vince Lombardi. Resolve today to be the very best at what you do. Set a goal for yourself to join the top 10% of your field, whatever it is. This decision to become very, very good at what you do can be the turning point in your life. Virtually all successful people are recognized as being extremely competent in their chosen fields. Remember that no one is better than you, and no one is smarter than you. And everyone who is in the top 10% today started off in the bottom 10%. Everyone who is doing well was once doing poorly. Everyone who is at the top of his or her field was at one time. Bye, baby. See you tomorrow. God bless. Yolanda. Everyone who is doing well was once doing poorly. Everyone who is at the top of his or her field was at one time in another field altogether. And what countless others have done, you can do as well. Here is a great rule for success. Your life only gets better when you get better. And since there is no limit to how much better you can become, there is no limit to how much better you can make your life. Your decision to become excellent at what you do, to join the top 10% in your field, is the turning point in your life. It is the key to great success. It is also the foundation of high levels of self-esteem, self-respect, and personal pride. When you are really good at what you do, you feel wonderful about yourself. Being excellent affects your whole personality and all of your relationships with other people. You feel happy and proud when you know you are at the top of your field. Here is one of the most important questions you will ever ask and answer for the rest of your career. What one skill, if I developed and did it in an excellent fashion, would have the greatest positive impact on my life? You cannot become good at everything right away, but you can identify the one skill that can help you the most and then throw your whole heart into developing that skill. Set it as a goal, write it down, set a deadline, make a plan, and work on becoming better in that area every single day. You will be absolutely amazed at the difference this commitment to excellence will make in your life. This commitment alone can make you a self-made millionaire in the course of your career. Action exercise. Identify your key result areas in your current job. What are the parts of your work that you must absolutely, positively perform in an excellent fashion to move to the top of your field? Where are you strong and where are you weak? Make a plan today to get better in the one skill area where improvement can help you the most. That is an amazing way to start the day. So we're going to get out of here. We have a few things to do. Get a quick stretch in. You guys have done a phenomenal job. I like the way that was pitched. Productivity. 1 year learning curve, over 100,000 first year. Let's say 300,000 second year. Priced at half of that. So they're literally putting a price per unit per productivity uh, token, because now I find myself having to use that term. So have an amazing day today. May you conquer everything in your path, and everything that you touch turn into solid gold bars and silver bars, and beautiful and precious gemstones such as moissanite or laboratory grown diamonds, or any laboratory grown diamond or gemstone. Always remember to dream big, because dreams come true. It happened to me, and I know for a fact it's going to happen to you. We'll be right back quicker than you can do it. So you guys have the best teacher in the whole wide world. Peace out.